So they're going to play their hearts out. You know, we'll just see if they have enough to keep up with the Ducks.
Jordan Clayton and Justin Mullins each made their first starts of the year against Washington on Saturday, making their second starts here today. For Clayton, it's his second game. An Oregon team that at one point looked like maybe the best, certainly one of the best in the league. And they're trying to find their stride again here before the conference tournament in a month. Jackson Shellstead aggressive for the first basket.
Yeah, he's got to get going. He had a great first half against Michigan State. Got them a nice lead, but then the second half, just no production for him. So the one thing Dana talked about at practice yesterday, he said it 20 times, he said it 100 times. We got to move the basketball. We can't just dribble the basketball.
Here is Mullins and Biddle the board.
Mullins had been red hot for them. 7 out of the last 10 from 3. Didn't get that one to go.
He's been scoring at nearly 14 a game in the last 2. You mentioned it, Coach. They faced some adversity at Washington. Trailed big. Were able to rally back. Trailed by 14. Were able to rally back. Took the lead late. Eventually lost.
Just played with a lot of heart, and you know, to give credit to their coaching staffs. Two of the guys are my former guys. They kept them positive. You know, I talked to Chris at practice yesterday and today. He just has to stay positive. You can't change what's happened. Just got to make the best of it and help the guys.
Tough shot for Biddle over Matthew Nicholson, and here comes Jordan Clayton. Removed the red shirt to play in the Washington game. He went to Chris Collins and said, I can help this team. I know I'm supposed to red shirt. We're near the end of the season. Chris said to him, are you sure you want to do this? He said, I've got to do it for my teammates. Just an awesome story for Northwestern.
Yeah, it is, really. I mean, you got to give the young man a lot of credit. I'm not sure as a coach, it's so hard. And I've been through it a couple times, not this late in the season, maybe halfway where you had injuries. Guys said, hey, I'll come out of redshirt, but credit to him, and he actually played really well the other night. For not being in the lineup, he stepped in there and he took care of the basketball for them. Really did a great job.
There's Biddle inside. So far, your pregame keys, Biddle and Shellstead.
They went to the two go-to guys, the two top guys on the scouting report, got buckets for them.
That pass into traffic. One of the things Northwestern does really well is not turn it over. In fact, they're best in the league at not turning it over. Keyshawn Barthelemy.
If you take care of the basketball, it always gives you a chance. I don't care what sport it is. If you take care of it and you get shots off, you'll have a chance at the end of the game.
I know you feel that Chris Collins has done one of the best jobs in the country this last few years.
It's amazing. You know, to be honest, you know, they were picked 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They were picked one of the last teams. Ended up in second place. Last year they competed again, back-to-back NCAA tournaments, and won games.
Fighting to make it into the Big Ten tournament now. The rebound for Nicholson on the box out.
Clayton looks like he's been playing all year.
Well, he's got to have fresh legs, right?
He does. There's no doubt about it. Nice little ball screen, little pull-up. They're kind of playing soft on the ball screens, and he's had a couple good opportunities.
Barthelemy primarily off the bench this season, but they've gone to him lately for a spark. He can really score. Now here comes Clayton. In transition, blocked by Biddle. And at the rim, Nicholson's able to score.
Usually Northwestern doesn't get any transitions. They got a transition opportunity there, took advantage of it. Again, I said earlier, they are not going to quit. The Ducks are going to have to earn this thing. They're going to play hard. They're good defensively. I know their numbers defensively lately have not been very good, but they're going to make you earn things.
Biddle attacks and gets fouled by Nicholson. First foul on him and the first team foul. Well, you know, I know you have an affinity for Chris Collins. You've done battle over the years with Dana Altman, who certainly has put together a Hall of Fame resume.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I really think he's got a chance to be a Naismith Hall of Famer. He's a college basketball Hall of Famer. There's no doubt. I mean, you're talking the other day when they were talking about Tom Izzo passing Coach Knight, and they put total number of wins. He has more total number of wins than Tom Izzo. And, I mean, that's a mouthful. I mean, it's amazing. We had a lot of battles when I was at SIU. Great games. He's a good guy, good coach. He's been great for our game.
Tough one for Tom Izzo. What a wild day already in the league. Indiana just beat Michigan State. Purdue lost today.
Expect the unexpected. We're in February.
UCLA left the Pacific time zone, coach.
They finally lost.
Their 7-game winning streak came to an end. A very good game at Illinois. So Michigan's in first place as we approach midnight in the East. Here comes Bam Tracy.
See if they can take advantage of turnovers and get some easy ones. It always helps get those easy ones against you.
Bamba snaps it into the corner. Shelstad rattles in the three.
Again, I mentioned Dana said yesterday, move the basketball. Instead of looking to dribble right away, swing the basketball. Nice, easy swing pass for the easy three in the corner.
Up ahead, Shelstad, and he lays it in. A fast start. 7 points for Jackson Shelstad.
Again, you mentioned earlier that Northwestern takes care of the ball. Turnovers, easy baskets, get those easy ones, gets the crowd into it, gets you feeling good about yourself.
Martinelli misses his first shot of the game. Five minutes gone by here. Now it's Angel. Cook. And the ball moving well for Oregon. Tracy loses it, and Martinelli gets fouled by Brandon Angel, his first and the first team foul. So Oregon trying to snap a foul.
But his over the last, 15 years, one of the elite in the country for winning games late.
70% of the games, essentially, from February 1st on. KJ Wyndham has come into the game for Northwestern. Now here's Martinelli. He's taken just one shot in this game, looking for his first basket, and a degree of difficulty high, and he gets it down.
I affectionately call it the flipper doodle, and he is so good at it. He is old school. He knows how to play. He knows angles. He's good at scoring in that paint.
Bamba goes flying inside and is able to create a second possession. Had an offensive foul on Shelstad. Just about the only thing that hasn't gone right for him yet today, with an early 7 points. Second team foul. Sunday Wildcats back home in Evanston to take on the Huskers. Coverage begins with the tip-off show at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
Nebraska on a nice little stretch, winning some games after losing 6, and I talked to Dana Altman about that. It's just part of it. You've got to persevere.
Well, he used Nebraska as an example, and it should resonate. Here's Ty Berry, and he moves into solo position of 5th place on the all-time three-point shooting list at Northwestern with that, 233 for his career.
Very, very consistent for them over the last few years, and I think the only thing Coach Collins, just be who you are. You can make threes, defend, just do the little things, and when he does that, he's good.
Well, just to go back to the point, though, Coach, part of the recipe, what Nebraska came in here and did last week was just incredible. They dominated Oregon at home. Supreme Cook, no again. Evans couldn't rebound it. Dan Altman said it was one of the best defensive efforts he's seen here this year from Nebraska.
Nebraska just flew around. They were everywhere. They made it so tough on the Ducks to score, and then they took care of the basketball. Martinelli, you gotta love him. He'll be playing at 45 in some old gym, the YMCA, a church or something, and he'll be hooping on people.
Now back inside to Cook. Moving in on Keenan Fitzmaurice, and again, Oregon can't finish near the rim.
Those are two good looks the last two possessions. Getting it deep in there. He just took it, just could not finish.
Meanwhile, Northwestern weathered the early push to tie the game. Bamba taps that out off of Wyndham. No, it's off. Yes, it is off of Wyndham. It'll be Oregon ball.
Again, you got to love it. Little backdoor play. Got two guys on him, and he's able to get through it. Such a good touch around the basket and in the paint.
Playing 37 minutes a game, most in the Big Ten. Takes the most shots in the league, but also is a very good assister. Hey!
Straight line drive by Bamba. Got the angle on him. Went to the hoop. Didn't hesitate. He gives him that explosion and athleticism get to the basket.
Here comes Shellstad. He goes sprawling, and now Northwestern has numbers.
Good hustle by Northwestern getting back. Good block by the freshman.
We could tell today, talking to Chris Collins and being at his team shoot-around, that despite some of the adversity that this team has faced, and you saw the fight, as you mentioned, on Saturday at Washington. And one thing he said was, look, we still have a lot to play for. We are top 60 in the net. Obviously, from a Big Ten tournament perspective, Shellstad a 3, and he's got 10.
Shellstad's come out with just an aggressive nature to him. He is playing strong, hard. He's getting to the basket. I know Coach Altman would love him to talk a little bit, but if he plays with this intensity, he's got to be happy.
And another turnover for Northwestern. That's the 5th of the day. Bamba. Barthelemy bounces into a 3, and he hits. And Northwestern needs a timeout. But he stepped in and created an open look for Barthelemy.
It always helps. You know, if you got a good look, somebody else can get a better look. Obviously, that was a better look. Another key stat for them, if you really study them, getting assists. They get about half of their baskets off assists. If you start getting 60, 70%, it definitely helps.
Tough shot by K.J. Wyndham, going right at Nate Biddle. And Northwestern with a quick basket after the timeout.
Northwestern freshmen had to play early because Bonheiser was out. They went to Dayton, who's got a really good program early, and they played well. And then slowly but surely, you start losing your confidence. And you get into the league, and the scouting reports start building up, and your mind gets bogged down. But now they have no choice. They just got to play.
That was pure by Biddle. Northwestern seeking its first road win. You mentioned Dayton. That was a road game. Their first road win of the year.
They've actually made Northwestern a tough place to play, and they've been able to win games at home, but they've struggled in a lot of close games on the road.
Angelo Cheravino, the freshman.
The Northwestern staff has told me those two freshmen are fearless. They might not do all things right, but they will play.
Wyndham and Cheravino on the floor together right now with the last couple of baskets. Nicholson defending, reaching, and Shellstad hits it anyway.
Gotta love, they recognized the mismatch. They had Nicholson, the big guy on Shellstad, made the pass, got it right back. They call it boomerang, get it right back to him, and then let him go one-on-one and make a play.
Martinelli in and out. Shellstad with the hot hand. He's got 13 points, asking for it. He gets it. Step back, and that misses badly. Is that a heat check?
Yeah, that's a heat check, and he dribbled too much. You know, if you're going to shoot it, shoot it. If you're going to drive it, drive it.
Cheravino has it poked out of bounds by Shellstad. 17 on the shot clock. Coming up tomorrow, Hoops doubleheader comes your way when Iowa faces Rutgers and then Washington, Ohio State. Coverage begins with the tip-off show at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
You mentioned it earlier with Northwestern. You get to these late games, you're trying to win games to be in the Big Ten tournament. You want to be in Indianapolis. So, as a coach, I want to be there, but it does add some excitement at late in the year for these games. Everything means something.
The bottom three teams do not make it. Here's Clayton. No, and it bounced, and that prevented a putback from Martinelli. Raheem Moss.
I like that he got out there, made it tough on Clayton.
Barthélemy. Biddle. Long three. Well, close games have been part of the story for Northwestern. They've played 11 games decided by 5 or fewer. They are 4-7 in those games. Some of the most in the country.
They've had some huge wins in some close games at home, and then they've had some really tough losses. I know Ken Pom has unlocking
conference numbers. His conference numbers. There was a time you thought, God, is the three-point shot going to come for him? And it has avalanched at nearly 50% in conference play. You see that and you wonder, how is this team shooting 30% from three in their last 5 games?
They just have not moved the basketball in good looks. The stat I see right now, they have 7 assists on 9 field goal makes. And those have come because they've moved it and got good opportunities.
Martinelli threads the pass, but Ty Berry can't hit the three. So Shellstad getting a rest. He and Biddle have accounted for most of the Oregon points. Barthélemy rises up.
There's no doubt in my mind, Dana just kept yesterday begging, pleading, we got to come with a sense of urgency, and there's no doubt they have come with a sense of urgency to start this game.
They've got an opportunity. We mentioned the UCLA, you mentioned Nebraska. UCLA had that stretch where it looked like they could do nothing right. They play 7 straight in the Pacific time zone. They win 7 straight. Now Oregon, this is the first of a stretch where they will play 5 of 7 games in this time zone. They've got the 7 quadrant 1 wins. Now they just need wins.
Yeah, they need wins and to feel good about themselves. I think that's more than anything. Great dish by Angel. Good drive. Again, there's a sense of urgency. They're moving it. That's 8 assists now on 10 field goals. And at Northwestern, they've missed some guys, but they still are usually pretty consistent on D, but they've been able to do anything they want tonight.
22 of the 26 points for Oregon have come from Biddle and Shellstad. There's Fitzmaurice with it on. Nice creation there for Mullins.
Yeah, nice straight line drive through the defense. A little dish off for the stop the bleeding there and keep them in the game.
Angel, aggressive.
ISO out of the call by Coach Altman. Get it to Angel at that elbow. Tack Martinelli, straight line drive, nice little hook.
Well, it's not hard, Coach, to see a scenario where you headed to Indianapolis. Angel hits Martinelli. Here comes Bamba. Martinelli goes down, and Angel finishes. Martinelli was holding his face. But it's not hard to see a scenario where we get to Indianapolis and people are saying, whispering, gosh, don't let this Oregon team get going, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. And again, Michigan State's lost 3 out of 4 now. Think about that. I mean, you have to persevere. You've got to keep your head up. You got to stay positive.
Let's take another look at Martinelli getting hit in the head. The collision there with Angel. It might have been that the left hand coming through first for Angel.
Yeah, as he swung through, I think he got him. And
Martinelli went down but couldn't stop the fast break. So he gets the free throw.
The one thing Martinelli is, he is tough. He's been knocked down a few times. He's always going to get up. He's always going to play hard. And what you said earlier, 37 minutes. It's unbelievable. He gives it his all.
He'll get a rare and likely brief rest.
I'm impressed right now at the Ducks. Just their, not only moving the basketball, but their intensity, their aggressiveness. They seem much more confident. A lot like the first half against Michigan State, to be honest. They were just killing. They got 50 points on the road, but they could not sustain it.
Angel can't hit the three. Luke Hunger, who's come into the game with that rebound. Barry. Moss, did he tie him up? No, he fouled him. And that's the first on Moss and the 15th foul on the Ducks.
You can see on the drive here, got him not just from the backside, probably got him. He had the ball a little bit, but it definitely looked uncomfortable, and they had to call the foul.
Kim Comer, Jason Phillips, Mike Littlewood are officials today. Wyndham looking for the screen from Keenan Fitzmaurice. And again, Bamba got a piece of it. Wyndham battles through it, and Cook elevates for the rebound.
Little twist ball screen, got to the paint, just couldn't hit it.
Angel cut off. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Moss has not taken a shot in this game. Gives it up. And so Supreme Cook draws the foul. It's on Hunger, his first.
Trey Kaufman-Wren, number-wise, his improvement is much different than Nick's, but I mean, those are two of the top, most improved players in the country, and they're both in the league. He does it, like I mentioned, old school. He plays hard. He does all the little flipper doodles, and his three-point shooting is way better than it was a year ago. So you got to give him a lot of credit. He has been real positive for the Wildcats.
One of the questions, I guess, becomes Brooks Barnheiser, Jalen Leach, that's 31 points a game out. Now, the guys that have taken some of their minutes have picked it up, but does the number need to go even higher for Martinelli?
The problem is for Martinelli getting shots that other guys got to set them up, and they got to execute. Right now, they're turning it over, but 7 times tonight, and they only average nine a game in the year.
Moss getting in on the party.
For Northwestern, this last 4 minutes is so key to stay in this game and not let it get too far extended. Got to take care of the basketball and have some good possession.
Hunger will take the three, and that glances off the rim. He's made 2 this year. Coming up, the halftime show presented by State Farm. Dave Rebson, Trent Meacham, Jordan Taylor. That'll recap the first half and get you caught up on all the action around the conference. Do they have your secret espresso stash back in the studio?
It is a late night. There's no doubt. Trent, Meacham, he played for me. I don't know if he's tough enough to stay up this late. It'll be interesting.
He never fell asleep in a meeting, did he?
Not that I know of.
Moss, no. And Bamba nearly creates another possession, but Barry wins the race to the ball. And Mullins can't quite finish. Bamba, too strong. Moss just hit one and can't hit that. Fitzmaurice, a tough rebound.
Northwestern needs a good possession here. Get Martinelli an opportunity.
And he gets swatted away by Evans. An open look, and Wyndham can't hit it. 2 of 9 from 3 is Northwestern right now. And Dane Altman will use his. Barnett went for 32 that night for the Ducks in a win.
That was a while ago. I don't even remember that one.
We'll check the tape.
Last couple minutes of the half. real important for a finish for both teams. One, to keep the momentum for the Ducks, and then to keep your head above water for the Wildcats.
Shellstad glances at the clock, sees it slow. Bartholomew attacks, and he's got 5 points. This has been so balanced. It started with Shellstad and Biddle, and now everybody else is joining in.
Yeah, they have a lot of people getting production, no doubt. They've moved the ball, kept good spacing, been patient. The staff's got to be happy.
Martinelli trying to back in on Biddle and gets swatted away. Second block for Big Nate. Bartholomew, he is quick to let it fly. And the largest lead of the game is the largest lead for Oregon in any Big Ten game this season.
Talked about it a few minutes ago. I thought this was a key time for Northwestern. Could they stay in the game? For the Ducks, keep the foot on the pedal and keep that thing going.
Very quiets the crowd a little bit. They needed that. 13 first half points for Jackson Shellstad. Most of them coming in the first half of this first half. And he stepped out of bounds. He turns it over. 6th turnover for the Ducks. A 1.2 second shot clock, game clock differential here for Northwestern.
We talk about that last 5 minutes. We divide up in wars, 5-minute wars for your dividing up. You want to win that last 5-minute half of the half and the first 5 of the second. But also, we always talk about the last bucket of the first half, first bucket of the second half. Such a momentum swinger for teams to feel good about themselves going in the locker room and then coming out.
Here's Martinelli. Tough catch there for Barry. He gets swarmed and throws it to Bartholomew, and that is how the first half ends. So the Oregon Ducks, they've lost 5 in a row.
That's a good percentage.
Martinelli and Barry each with 6 points to lead Northwestern. Oregon led by as many as 17, but out of the locker room, a basket and a foul. Justin Mullins with the hoop. And he'll go to the line.
Now that's called execution. You got to love it. They were fronting Martinelli at that high post. Set a little back screen for Mullins. Got that little layup. Good pass. Good execution. Started a second half for the Wildcats.
There were just 6 total free throws in the first half between the two teams. 2 for Northwestern and 4 for Oregon. And what you just saw was the first that missed tonight. Nate Biddle with 8 first half points. Bartholomew with 8 to go along with the 13 from Shellstad.
Ducks running their continuity, ball screen offense, getting it side to side, trying to take a little time off the clock.
Biddle in rhythm.
We talked about early before the game, Shellstad and Biddle, they have to come through there and be consistent. 23 points so far for both of them. I'm sure Coach Altman and the staff got to feel good about that.
Clayton rises up and he hits.
Nice little pull-up. Again, that drop coverage that allows that pull-up at easy pass.
Boy, Shellstad's first step is lightning quick when he goes right.
He is so quick, explosive. He's playing strong. He's really, their whole team is playing aggressive, but he's been the leader of that right from the get-go.
Pounding Clayton now. And so Martinelli gets free on the back door. And the assist to Nicholson. Martinelli, the leading scorer in the Big Ten. Nearly 20 points a game. Biddle downhill, hits the brakes. And Nate Biddle now has 12.
Again, aggressive moves. Go to the basket. If you're going to dribble, I'm sure Coach Altman, he talked yesterday, don't dribble all the time. But if you're going to dribble, go to the basket and make a play.
Clayton leaves it off, and Bauman knocks it out of bounds. Let's look back at that Shellstad basket.
Gotta love the explosive move. Gets the angle right right to the basket, straight line drive, and then Biddle again, a explosive move, gets the angle, good jump stop, keeps his balance, and a good little turnaround.
Oh, that is pure from Ty Berry, his third three of the night.
If Ty Berry gets his feet, he's got a chance to make it. They just got to find ways to get him shots.
Biddle drives and creates for Barthélemy.
Again, ball movement, straight line drives, one pass, hockey pass, wide open shots. The ball up movement, it's going in most of the time.
3 assists on 4 second half field goals for Oregon. Here's Martinelli looking to create over Biddle, gets the offensive rebound. And now here's Clayton. Martinelli, one-on-one with Biddle again. And again, Biddle wins the battle. Bamba, railway train.
I love Bamba's explosion. Get to the basket. I know all guys want to shoot threes and that, but he is good at what he is. Get the ball to the basket, get to the paint, make plays, guard, defend, get on the floor.
Shellstad to the floor, and Oregon will have it on the tie-up. Possession arrow favors the Ducks. Nothing like the 7-footer driving the lane to open up a three.
Yeah, good shot fake, got the angle, able to jump stop, make the pass, good pass, wide open three. Again, the ball likes movement. You move that ball, it gives you a chance to make shots.
And they've made every shot they've taken so far in the first 3 minutes and change of this second half. Here's Bamba. And he gets fouled by Justin Mullins. First on Mullins, first team foul in the second half.
That's their spread offense with the isolation for Bamba. He had success last time getting to the basket. Keep everyone high, let him drive, and he draws a foul.
How much of what you see now from Dana Altman do you recognize from those old scouting reports at SIU?
It's a little bit different. He was so good at that spread offense. He calls it 5-game where he has the cutters action, and that thing goes back to way back to Johnny Orr, Al McGuire. I was a kid, watched it. And now with the shot clock continuing to be shorter and shorter, it's hard to do that, but he takes part of that. And, when they need baskets and isolations and getting it to guys in certain situations, he goes back to that.
Bamba comes from the blind side, and now another tie-up. And the ball will go to Northwestern. Bamba pops up with a big smile on his face. An aggressive move from him. Talking to Chris Collins earlier, we asked him, he got ejected. He got kicked out at Washington on Saturday. He said he was watching the second half of that game on a computer in the office. And he said the problem is you can hear the crowd before the video stream catches up.
So he knew they were scoring before they scored.
They had a big comeback, and ultimately in the end, lost to UW. 2 on the shot clock. Berry, a long 2, and he hits it. Oh, just turned to Ty Berry. He has come to play tonight.
Playing aggressive, and this is against a good defender. Probably maybe Oregon's best defender in Bamba. He played strong, took it, good pull-up jumper.
Martinelli cuts off Angel, and he can't sneak it over the big Keenan Fitzmaurice. Wyndham downhill, tough shot, and the foul. Northwestern will not go away. Wyndham will be at the line when we return.
It's going through the country. It's supposed to get snow here at the end of the week, so I'm ready for nice weather. At least we saw the sun today.
That's good. Yes, the sun helps a lot. Northwestern moved up its departure of its charter flight tomorrow morning because of the impending weather in the Midwest. A missed free throw and then a foul against Northwestern on the rebound.
Well, we've had that first 4 minutes, we've had an offensive explosion.
We have.
It's Oregon 5 for 5, Northwestern 6 for 8. Northwestern leading 13-11 in that 4-minute period, so we've had some scoring.
Oregon still has not missed a shot. Supreme Cook, 6 of 6 on the Ducks in this second half. If you're Northwestern, you came out and you thought, well, let's shoot 75% and see what that gets us. And it's still a 14-point deficit, just as it was at the break. Martinelli, crafty, but it doesn't go down.
The size has actually bothered Martinelli tonight. They put Biddle on him on the switches, and this time you had Evans on him, and he's had struggles scoring oversized. And usually he's pretty good about wheeling and dealing and get deeper and deeper in the paint.
That is a lot of length inside, and high off the window goes Wyndham.
Wyndham is, for a freshman that has played some early, didn't play, he's playing with a lot of confidence, and he's going against some pretty good defenders here.
Back to Supreme Cook, facing up, triple teamed, got it back somehow. It bounced to his hands. Bamba sees the shot clock and cannot hit the 3 to beat the buzzer. First miss of the second half took over 6 minutes. Wyndham passed up the 3 and aggressively draws the 3rd foul on TJ Bamba. Coming up tomorrow, the journey is all new with stories on UCLA's Eric Daly Jr., Iowa's Peyton Sanford, and Michigan head coach Dusty May. Don't miss the journey tomorrow, 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific on the Big Ten Network. Dusty May, the head coach of the...
I was just going to say, how about the Wolverines in first place? He's done an unbelievable job. Big win tonight against Purdue.
Avenging what was a dominant Purdue win in the first meeting.
My old Purdue buddies text me and they said, what do you think? I said, well, it's not going to be a 30-point game. I promise you that.
You're right. There's Barry again, having a good night. He's got 13.
Talked about execution for Northwestern. They've done a much better job taking care of the ball, getting to their sets, a lot better shots, and obviously they've had some good production.
Shellstad had a very good first half, 13 in the first. He came out aggressive, as did Nate Biddle. Barry almost rips it away. Shellstad getting hounded, and a timeout taken by the Ducks.
Yesterday, players think, taking my game away, you're not letting me dribble. No, I'm helping your game.
4 on the shot clock after Oregon used a timeout, and the foul on Wyndham is his first.
Little veteran move by Shellstad on the out-of-bounds play. Does a little jab step like he's coming off the single for the jump shot. Reverses action. The freshman goes for it, and he gets the easy basket around the hoop and the foul.
86% free throw shooter is Shellstad. This is the 5th free throw attempt of the game for the Ducks. Very good free throw shooting team. First appearance now for Mookie Cook, who comes in for Oregon. And Matthew Nicholson returns for Northwestern. Shellstad wastes no time and makes the second free throw as well.
You can tell he's a good free throw shooter. Great rhythm, great rotation on the ball. No hesitation, no wasted movement.
Wyndham rounds the corner into a long 2, and Bam Tracy the rebound.
Good contest by Biddle, made a tough contested jump.
Mookie Cook can't hit the 3 off the bench, and Nicholson beats Biddle for that board. Rebounding just about even tonight. Oregon's +1. Barry. Ooh.
Ty Barry has had a quiet, pretty good game here. He's played with really good confidence.
Well, and for Barry, 70% of his points come from 3. Shellstad hits the triple, and he's got 20.
And we started game talking about rebound, the importance of offensive rebound, giving yourself second chance points. You get that offensive rebound inside out, the easiest three, squared up. No waste of time, just like his free throw. It looked pretty.
Martinelli, it's been tough tonight. Can't find a way, bats it off the rim, back to himself, and the basket counts.
Defensive mind. He's helped with this Northwestern defense. And then Shane Southwell played for me, part of our first Big 12 championship team. Helped me with USA basketball. We won the World Championships in Greece. He was one of the assistants, and then part of another Big 12 championship as assistant coach. So it's always fun to see those guys. And when they have success, it's a nice, proud papa moment.
A lot of smiling faces to see you at shoot-around. For both teams today. Martinelli missed that free throw and now draws the foul. That's the second on Martinelli.
Shane was a really good player for us at K-State, and and then I knew, you can tell when guys, Matt Painter was I coached him. You knew he was going to be a good coach. Guys, Chester Fraser, just certain guys that he's at West Virginia now. But Shane, you knew he was going to be a coach, and he just had a good feel of the game. Now, he wasn't very tough on the court, but he knew how to play, and we always had fun. I told you the story. I got there, I said, you want to play small ball 4? No, I can't handle that. Well, the other guy did, so about 6 games into it, he said, Coach, I want to play small ball 4, and he started the rest of the year, and we won a Big 12 championship.
Wow. All he had to do was ask.
Yeah.
And prove it.
Sometimes the old coach knows what's going on.
Barry gets hounded. Martinelli looking for somebody with the shot clock at 2. Wyndham. And Biddle comes away with it. Here comes Shellstad.
Good possession for Northwestern. Moved the basketball, got to the paint, had a wide open 3, just couldn't put it down. And Oregon keeps putting pressure on them.
Angel can't finish. Both teams, despite those last 2 misses you've seen, are shooting over 60% in this half.
I was going to say we've cooled down because it was over 70.
Tough shot and a beautiful finish for Jordan Clayton. You wouldn't know that he just started playing this season on Saturday.
It's not like riding a bike where you just go and start riding a bike again. This is major college basketball, Big Ten level. And he stepped in there and he's played with good poise and pace.
That gets batted out by Nicholson. And here is Clayton.
This is one thing Coach Collins talked to us today about shoot-around. Hey, he told these guys, hey, you got to play. We have no one else to put in. Just play. Go have fun. Enjoy it. Play your butts off. And they've competed and stayed in this game. And they take a lot of Oregon's best shots here because Oregon's played really, really good basketball.
Northwestern's lost the game at Washington the other night. They beat SC, of course, but prior to that had lost 3 in a row. And this is part of a stretch for them, 4 of 5 on the road.
Everyone looks at their schedule and they have these groups of games that and I hated to look ahead. You know, when my trainer would come to me, the Doble would come, hey, what about travel plan? I don't want to look at those games ahead. I just want to look at the one right there. But you got to consider those things, and it takes a toll. But you have to persevere. You got to stay positive. You know, you can't get too high, you can't get too low, and that's the key to winning championships. Because everyone's going to have setbacks. There's just too many good teams in this league.
Well, I'm sure it's not a new lesson this year. It wasn't a new lesson 20 years ago, but it has been. It's hit everybody in the face in this new expanded Big Ten this year. Your next winning streak or your next losing streak is right around the corner, and one is going to follow the other.
Yeah, and you got to keep believing. And you can't get too down. You got to stay positive.
And there's a good recovery from Mullins. I mean, you think about what did Tom Izzo say? Not yesterday, not tonight. When they were 9-0, he said, "I think 4 or 5 losses wins this league."
And think about that. They're 9-0, and everyone's like, what are you talking about? You know, again, the old coach knows something. He's been through it a few times, and Tough little stretch. We saw it. They've lost 3 out of 4 now. So, and Michigan's in first place. I think we're going to see a lot of ups and downs as we continue this last month of the season.
You know, the funny thing about it was, you know, Indiana, the team that Michigan State lost to today, was the only non-quadrant 1 game that they had left on their schedule. You take a look at the most top 35 teams in the net rating by conference, and the Big Ten is second with 9.
It's impressive. We got great depth in our league. We got good players. We have good freshmen. We have good guards. We got good big guys. You know, and we're scoring points. It's you know, people's that. I was in the Big Ten when it was physical. I promise you, at Purdue, Coach Katie, Coach Knight, Coach Heathcote, those are the old days. He's Bo Ryan. Bo Ryan sits at home. I don't know. He's watching Wisconsin. He's probably sweating. He's in sweats because he can't deal with them scoring 80, 85 points.
The foul, by the way, was on Ty Berry, his first. Wisconsin will play Purdue coming up on Saturday, by the way, speaking of big games.
Don't sleep on the Badgers. They have quietly done a really good job. Great guards. You know, I talked about possible coach of the year in the studio, and he's a guy that's done an unbelievable job. And obviously, Tanjay's really helped them. McGee, their bench, they are a good team.
Nate Biddle with a boot to reset the shot clock.
We looked at that top teams in the net, and I think we talked with Coach Altman today. There's that 9-10 teams that are really, really good teams that are going to, you know, get in the tournament, and I really believe they can make some noise.
Berry gets hit from behind as he makes the basket, and he'll have a chance at a 3-point play. It's on Shellstad. That's his third. Pardon me, it's on Moss, not Shellstad.
You gotta love Ty Berry's aggressiveness. He's known as a 3-point shooter. Usually they run him off baseline screens, but today he's attacked the paint, full of jumpers. He's done a little bit of everything. This is one of his better games.
I'll say it again, Coach. Second in the league, 70% of Berry's points come on threes. But to your point, it's been different. More of his points, at least in terms of the shot making, have come elsewhere. Well, actually, it's half. Now, I'll do the math. It's 9 of his 18. So that's significant.
He's done it with good confidence, and he looks like he knows what he's doing. So it's a positive step for him, and hopefully for the Wildcats for the rest of the season that he can give them good production because they're going to need it.
Foul on Nicholson, his seventh team foul. Well, you mentioned the top 9. You're talking about the NCAA tournament, but of course the top 9 really matters for the Big Ten tournament because obviously the top 4 get the double bye, but then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 get a bye. You want to get something, and I know when they decided 3 teams wouldn't get through, but one of the big things, the administration in the Big Ten wanted to make sure that the top 4 teams got that double bye. They got the chance to rest. They're going to be in the NCAA tournament. You don't want to overwork them. And even the next group, the same thing. They get 1 bye. So, you know, the tournament is good. It's fun. It's exciting. And now that's an old school off the 1-foot jump shot there by Martinelli. He's looking for any way to find a way to score tonight. Off the fake, so he's trying to catch Biddle by surprise. Is that what he's doing?
I guess so. I'm not sure.
Tough catch by Biddle. Boy, he can move. It's 7 feet tall. Here's Barthélemy now. Backdoor. Biddle denied by Nicholson. He has not backed away from that challenge.
Them building this league, and they've really maintained it by that points off the turnovers.
Northwestern's done a good job limiting 14 first half points off turnovers for Oregon. Just 2 points off turnovers in the second half. Ball bounces around and goes off of Oregon.
And Northwestern only with 2 turnovers in the second half, and they only averaged 9, and they had 8 at halftime. So they've done a much better job of taking care of the basketball, executing, and staying within, you stay around 10, you always feel like you have a chance.
Well, it was a 14-point deficit at Washington on Saturday. They came back and took the lead late before eventually falling into the Huskies. That's a big 3 for KJ Wyndham.
Came back with the same play. They started the half with a little back pick. Matt Nicholson lost that entry pass, so they missed the layup guy, but then he got the 3 in the corner. KJ Wyndham's having a nice game for a freshman here. Again, their staff says those freshmen play fearless. They make some mistakes, but they play fearless.
He's got 12 points tonight. And now an interception. Wyndham attacks, tough finish, and a foul on the floor on the rebound by Angel. So not on the shot, but on that ball coming off the rim. You see Angel will head out. So watch Angel the push in the back on Berry. 17th foul, and so 1-and-1 free throw opportunity for Berry.
Berry's had a really nice night. Not perfection, but pretty close. Shooting the basketball, getting to the free throw line. You got to be, as a staff member, you always want your seniors to play well and end their career on a positive note. He's definitely had a nice outing tonight.
What it must be like for this group to lose Brooks, Barnheiser, and then Jalen Leach in a sequence of just a couple of games. Shellstad with 22.
Nice little drive and the step back jumper, low pull up, playing again with such aggression tonight, and it's been so productive. But for Northwestern, it is so hard. I can't even imagine as a coach to go through that. I've lost guys, and the fans don't care. You're supposed to win. But when you don't have guys that are better players in the league, like a Barnheiser and Leach, it's tough to deal with. But again, they've continued to compete.
And they're getting the scoring from Wyndham and Berry tonight. They've combined for 35. And it's a 7-point game after Wyndham hits that third 3 of the night for him. Shellstad creates. Barthélemy rises. And Nicholson the rebound. Northwestern a big possession here, under 6 minutes. They're making a push. Wyndham, he's been hot. Now Barnheiser, or pardon me, Martinelli. He's got 10 points tonight, and he can't get 2 more.
Had the mismatch with Shellstad. He just couldn't get it done. Tough night for Martinelli, who's been so consistent for them.
Wyndham just committed his 3rd foul. The 8th team foul, going for the ball. Almost like he tried to avoid the contact. And it sends Barthélemy to the line. Good free throw shooter, excellent free throw shooter. And a 1-and-1 opportunity for him with the staggered stance. 87% this year.
As a coach that loved to work with guys on free throw, this is not one stance I would have my grandsons using. There's no doubt about that. It's a little different.
But at 87%, what are you going to say?
You've got to say, stay quiet and let them shoot it.
And this is the second. Wyndham, another 3. His 4th of the night. And it is suddenly, once again, a 2-possession game. And Oregon's going to take a timeout.
Northwestern, I talked about them playing at a frantic pace in the first half, turning over. Second half, you're in front of the coaches, you're running your stuff, you're executing, and they've done a great job of that.
We mentioned they've played in a lot of close games this year. Hoping this becomes another one. So Oregon, who was shot at 50% for the game, but Northwestern shot it at 48. Shellstad's been the man. Barthelomy's hit some big ones, and he beats the buzzer. Now Wyndham. He has flipped the switch in the second half for Northwestern. Up top, Nicholson, tough catch, and finish. He snuck it by Biddle.
Good hands by Nicholson to keep. Usually he's getting dunks, and this time caught it, kept his balance, and scored it, and kept them right in this ball game.
4 minutes remaining here in regulation. Oregon, it looked like maybe it'd be easy to break the 5-game losing streak tonight, but it has not turned easy. Mullins, a great tradition, and a game that has the energy here late to match the student sections. Looked like Oregon was going to run away and hide, and Northwestern, led by the hot shooting of KJ Wyndham, has kept it very close. Evans misses the first free throw.
I talked from the start, Northwestern was not going to quit. They have too much pride. I mean, they're undermanned. They're playing freshmen, playing guys that hadn't played all year. And they have definitely stayed in there. They got to feel good about it. They're in this game with under 4 minutes in the game.
Big second free throw there from Evans. Martinelli with 10 points, but 4 of 15 shooting. He has seen Oregon throw defenders at him nonstop tonight. Trying to get around Evans. Biddle and Evans now go out to trap. And that leaves an open 3 for Mullins. Ball is loose. Who touched it last? It was Nicholson.
Oregon's made a definite commitment not to get Martinelli angles to the basket. They trapped them. They've used their size. They get the good pass, good shot. Mullins, who's been 70% from 3 the last couple games, just couldn't get it to go.
He's had just 2 tonight, coming off of averaging nearly 14 in the last 2. Shellstad opens one up for Bamba, and he misses everything. He's not had a good year shooting the 3, under 25%.
Open look. You know, if you're not shooting it, sometimes shot fake, get in the paint, make another play. It's tough as a player, but be good at what you are good at. Execute your role and take pride in it. It makes a big difference for a team and your success.
Martinelli, and he scores. When they needed it most, he delivers. And the shot clock was not working.
Be fun here this last few weeks of the season to see what it's like, and then going to Indianapolis. I mean, there could be somebody come out of nowhere. I really believe in win that tournament.
Well, Dana Altman, I don't know if, you know, the Ducks would be a candidate given his history in tournaments. You know firsthand.
Yes, I do. We would win the league, and he would win the tournament. It was a given in the Valley.
Biddle bothered. Angel foul. Barry thought he had him tied up. Instead, it's his second foul. Well, this is what we're talking about. Dana Altman, basically, on average in his career, every 3.5 years, he wins a conference tournament. He won the last Pac-12 tournament as a 4 seed last year. And you have faced him in a lot of tournaments in years where your team won the league.
We were having fun today. He came over and we were at shoot around, and he was teasing, "Do you remember, Bruce?" And I knew what he was going to talk about when we won the league, and they beat us. They were up probably 40 in the first half. And that's the year we went to the Sweet 16, and it was Kyle Korver, and it was unbelievable. And he said, I think somebody asked, "What did you say at halftime?"
Yeah.
Hey, don't stop going. We never know. But I mean, it was so much fun to go against him, and he gets his guys to play late. And I was surprised. I mentioned earlier how well they played early. Some of the big wins. Alabama, Texas A&M, and I thought, man, they're going early. I did not think that would happen.
Martinelli finds his way and one. Wow. Well, anyone that's watched Nick Martinelli and the Wildcats this year, not surprised that his scoring is coming alive here late.
And nice, they had actually a, like we call it double drag, a double ball screen, but they used a guard in there, and Shellstat read it wrong. Angel got caught, was able to get the easy hoop and one here, a chance to make this thing into a single-digit game.
Good to see him get up. He misses the free throw, but you saw his ankle, that left ankle turned sideways as he landed trying to make that shot. 2 minutes remaining here in the second half. Bamba. Strong defense there from Barry. Shellstat, 22 points tonight for him. Barthelemy, shot clock low. Hit the rim, tracked it down, and a fresh 20 seconds. And that's a killer for Northwestern.
Play good defense, and you don't finish the possession. Now you can run some more clock. And if you can get a basket here to kind of put this thing away.
Shellstad tripped, and he goes down. Third on Mullins, who was playing really good defense. Shellstad had to give it up, and now he'll go to the line. Another one of Oregon's very good free throw shooters to shoot two.
Jackson Shellstad at the line, shooting two.
86% on the year. You got to feel good having the ball in his hands and making the play at the end.
This is like a catch and shoot free throw. Look how quick he gets this thing up after he gets it.
Less movement, the better. Get it to your shot pocket and let it go. Good follow through. I talked about before, great rotation on that basket.
Back to a 7-point Oregon lead. And Northwestern will take a timeout.
Been able to, control the game, control the pace here, but they haven't been able to win those close games.
It comes into Bamba. He's in trouble. He gets trapped and finds Angel somehow. And Angel's able to get it across. And we're under a minute. Oregon's got it in the hand of a very good free throw shooter now.
Now, don't foul. Just play a good defensive possession. You got this beat, get a stop, and then try to see you get a score.
Angelo Sherafino guarding, Biddle following, and Angel the offensive rebound. And Martinelli commits the foul on somebody who didn't want to foul, but he didn't have a lot of choice.
Talked about just now the keys to the game, those little plays, the offensive rebounds. Everyone looks, did they shoot well? Who was the leading scorer? But sometimes those little hustle plays make the big, big difference, giving them a chance, the Ducks, to kind of put this game away.
A great free throw shooting night from a very good free throw shooting team. Oregon 20 of 23 at the stripe.
Keyshawn's 87 on the year. They're 75 as a team, so if they can have leads like this, they got enough ball handlers to take care of it and finish games by making it free throws.
And you know a Dana Ullman team knows how to execute late.
Yes. Well, they win late in February. They win close games. They win tournament championships.
Wyndham, a great second half, looking for another. Martinelli the rebound. Ball comes out, Barthelemy, and Barry will foul him. What a strong second half from Wyndham. That cannot be lost. A strong game from Barry as well. The freshman KJ Wyndham with 13 second half points. Barry with 20. Martinelli was 16 tonight. And Barthelemy goes back to the line where he's 3 of 4 tonight. If you had told Northwestern they'd shoot 50% for the game and 59% in the second half, they'd have taken it.
you know, they did not quit. They competed. They're undermanned. Coach Collins and staff's done a good job of keeping them, but they just have trouble winning this close games, and they spotted them too many points. Now, if you're Coach Altman, he's got to feel good about it, although it's a little more stressful than he probably hoped for.
But none of these are ever stress-free, are they?
Oh, such thing. I had a game once. We were number 2. Wake Forest is number 1. Chris Paul was on that team. We were up. I'll tell the story first. The officials just kept saying Weber, and I'm like looking over, and I'm like, who's yelling at me? And then I look, here's Steve Wellmer, the old official, and I finally he caught my attention. He goes, Bruce, please look at the scoreboard. And I looked, we were up 37. He said, sit down and enjoy it. So it's always stressful, even when you're up 37.
Here's Barry, a 3, and he hits. And a quick timeout taken by Northwestern, a 6-point game. Oh, very good game for Ty Barry tonight.
Right track, and I think this was a good start for them. They got to feel good about it, you know, and they got another home game coming up.
Tracy will use a timeout. And order somebody. Who's your somebody? Who's your invisible somebody?
Could be some Ducks. You know, Ducks may have a little bit of a chance. You know, there's the Buckeyes, the Illini. There's a bunch of teams that could make a little bit of a run.
Shellstad takes that tough foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. Cherovino committed it as Northwestern was going for the steal. So Shellstad will have a chance to step up and add to his fantastic night. 24 points. We just revisited your keys before the game. You said he's got to be big, and it started from the outset for him. A new career high for Jackson Shellstad. 25.
Coach Altman challenged him, and again, I think they'd like him to talk more and be more of a leader, but he played. His actions on the court were definitely leadership actions, and it was a real key for them having success.
Northwestern trailed by as many as 17, made another late push, and it's another tough loss for the shorthanded Wildcats who came to play today.